Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
మా కార్యక్రమాలు అందజేస్తున్నాయి అనేక భాషలలో. దయచేసి చూడండి suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Quan Yin Bodhisattva, important VIP here, yeah? And she will tell you the benefit of practicing Quan Yin Method, okay? Not just why, but how she get power and what she can do with that power to help whom, where, how, okay? Important, listen.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Chinese, Czech, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, and Thai.
Herzliche Grüße, entzückende Zuschauer. Mein Name ist Claudia aus Berlin, im einladenden Deutschland. Die guten Menschen in Deutschland danken dem Himmel für die unbegrenzten Segnungen.
Deutschland ist Europas größte Wirtschaft und bevölkerungsreichstes Land. Es ist ein Land mit vielen Reichtümern, mit großstädtischem Charme, kleinen malerischen Städten, mittelalterlichen Burgen und einem Reichtum an Kunst und Kultur. Deutschland war der Geburtsort von Bach, Beethoven, Brahms und Richard Wagner unter anderem. Das Land besitzt stolz eines der höchsten Niveaus der Welt, der Bildung und technologischen Entwicklung. Seit 1945 hat sich die Anzahl der Jugendlichen, die in Universitäten eintreten, mehr als verdreifacht. Und der Handel und Fachschulen der Bundesrepublik Deutschland sind unter den besten der Welt. Um seinen Bürgern zu helfen, hat Deutschland ein großzügiges Sozialsystem, das Folgendes bietet: allgemeine Gesundheitsversorgung, Arbeitslosigkeit, Vergütung und andere Sozialleistungen. Seine derzeitige Kanzlerin, Ihre Exzellenz Dr. Angela Merkel, ist die erste Frau des Landes, erste Ostdeutsche und erste Wissenschaftlerin, die das Amt innehat.
Es ist uns eine Ehre, Ihnen bezaubernde Zuschauer das liebevolle und ergreifende Deutschland vorzustellen. Unsere Leute wünschen sich für ihr Leben, dass es reich mit Staunen und Freude gesegnet ist.
Seit über 3 Jahrzehnten erleuchtet die höchste Meisterin Ching Hai unsere Welt mit ihren göttlichen Lehren. Als vollkommen erleuchtete Meisterin übermittelt sie die Quan Yin Meditationsmethode, denjenigen, die sich danach sehnen, auf der Stelle die Gottesnatur im Innern zu entdecken und im Laufe eines Lebens ewige Befreiung aus dem Kreislauf der Wiedergeburten zu erlangen.
Die Quan Yin Methode wurde von allen erleuchteten Meistern praktiziert, etwa von dem von aller Welt verehrten Shakyamuni Buddha, dem verehrten Sohn Gottes Jesus Christus, dem verehrten Meister und Philosophen Konfuzius, dem verehrten Lord Krishna, dem verehrten Meister und Philosophen Lao Tzu, dem verehrten Lord Mahavira, dem geliebten Propheten Mohammed, Friede sei mit ihm, dem ersten Sikh-Guru Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji und vielen mehr.
Sie betont, dass wir, wenn wir uns immer auf Gott besinnen, anderen selbstlos dienen und den Gesetzen des Universums folgen, unser höchstes Potenzial als Menschen erreichen und den Zweck unseres Daseins auf Erden wahrhaft begreifen. Die höchste Meisterin Qinghai ist ein herausragendes, lebendes Beispiel für Mitgefühl und schickt regelmäßig materielle und finanzielle Unterstützung und auch Liebe an Flüchtlinge, Obdachlose, Opfer von Naturkatastrophen und anderen Hilfsbedürftigen. Die höchste Meisterin Qinghai ist dem lieben Gott zutiefst dankbar für all die finanzielle Hilfe, den Trost und die Unterstützung, die sie im Laufe der Jahre den Betroffenen und Bedürftigen und/oder für jede gute Sache als Siren, bescheidenes Gefäß, sierendes Mitgefühl und sirender Liebe, sirenden kostbaren Kindern geben konnte. Die höchste Meisterin Qinghai dankt mit Respekt allen besonderen Personen, Organisationen, Führern und Regierungen für all ihre aufrichtige, liebevolle und kontinuierliche Unterstützung. Möge der Himmel sie für immer segnen. Wir, die Mitglieder der Internationalen Vereinigung der höchsten Meisterin Qinghai, sind auch aufrichtig dankbar für ihre ausdrucksvolle Güte und wünschen ihnen das Beste.
Die höchste Meisterin Qinghai erhält Liebe und Anerkennung von verschiedenen Organisationen,
Medien, Regierungen und Einzelpersonen und hat von ihnen viele Preise erhalten, etwa den Gusi-Friedenspreis 2006, der als der Friedensnobelpreis des Ostens angesehen wird, den World Spiritual Leadership Award 1994, den Mahavir Award 2008, 22. Februar und 25. Oktober 2008, die beide zum Tag der höchsten Meisterin Qinghai erklärt wurden, eine Ehrenbürgerin der Vereinigten Staaten etc. und wurde über die Jahre hinweg mit zahlreichen anderen Preisen und Auszeichnungen für ihre herausragenden, karitativen und humanitären Taten geehrt. Wir entschuldigen uns dafür, dass wir aus Mangel an Platz und Zeit nicht viele weitere Auszeichnungen und Ehrungen vorweisen können. Die höchste Meisterin Qinghai dankt mit Respekt allen besonderen Personen, Organisationen, Führern und Regierungen für all ihre aufrichtige, liebevolle und kontinuierliche Unterstützung. Möge der Himmel sie für immer segnen. Wir, die Mitglieder der Internationalen Vereinigung der höchsten Meisterin Qinghai, sind auch aufrichtig dankbar für ihre ausdrucksvolle Güte und wünschen ihnen das Beste. Als echte Stimme für unsere wunderbaren tierlichen Freunde tritt die höchste Meisterin Qinghai für die friedliche und liebevolle pflanzliche Ernährung ein und vergegenwärtigt sich in dem Maße, wie die Menschheit die Unverletzlichkeit allen Lebens erkennt, eine ruhige und herrliche, komplett vegane Welt, in der Tiere und Menschen in glückseliger Harmonie leben. Ihre Initiativen zur Verbreitung des veganen Trends sind vielfältig. Dazu gehören das Verteilen des Flugblattes Alternativleben, die internationalen veganen Loving Heart Restaurants, vegane Nahrungsmittel, Unternehmen, Kunstpelzprodukte, Supreme Master Television sowie regelmäßige Gespräche mit einflussreichen Führungspersonen in Regierungen und Medien und die Teilnahme bei im Fernsehen übertragenen Klimawandelkonferenzen und so weiter. Ob wir davon Kenntnis haben oder nicht, hatten ihre Bemühungen einen enormen Einfluss in Bezug auf die weltweite Sensibilisierung für einen tierfreundlichen Lebensstil und darauf, dass uns bewusst wird, wie diese wohlwollende Lebensweise bleibenden Frieden zwischen den Nationen bringen und dabei auch unseren Planeten vor dem Klimawandel und vor Katastrophen retten kann. Über die Jahre hinweg ist die höchste Meisterin Qinghai weltweit umhergereist. Vom Doppelkontinent Amerika bis Afrika, von Europa bis Ozeanien und hat Hunderte von Gesprächen mit der Öffentlichkeit und ihren Schülern über eine Vielzahl spiritueller Themen geführt. Heute schätzen wir uns glücklich, Ihnen einen dieser aufschlussreichen Vorträge zu zeigen. Er trägt den Titel Das Surangama Sutra, 25 Mittel zur Erleuchtung, 4. Sitzung, Teil 3 von 5, inzwischen Meisterin und Schülern, auf Englisch gegeben, am 7. April 2019 in Taiwan, auch bekannt als Formosa.
Now, next Bodhisattva named Maitreya Bodhisattva, arose from his seat, bowed at the Buddha's feet and said to the Buddha, I remember when, as many kalpas ago, as there are 5 motes of dust. Oh, it's a change. It's not again just river sand anymore. It's good. A Buddha named Light of Sun, Moon and Lamp. Oh, there's so many lights, sun, moon and lamp. In the old time, they have great names, auspicious names, appeared in the world. Under that Buddha, I left the home life, yet I was deeply committed to worldly fame and liked to fraternize with people of good family, buddies, with influential people, instead of one-pointedness, listening or practicing the Buddha's teaching. He's still buddy with powerful people. Get influence or some good things. Then the world honor one, mean that Buddha. Then the world honor one taught me to cultivate consciousness, only concentration, just consciousness. And I enter that samadhi. For many aeons I have made use of that samadhi as I perform deeds, as many Buddhas as there are sands in the Ganges River. My seeking for worldly name and fame ceased completely and never recurred. Purified, done with the worldly fame. When Burning Lamp Buddha appeared in the world, I finally accomplished the unsurpassed, wonderful, perfect samadhi of consciousness. I went on until to the ends of emptiness, all the lands of the thirst come one, whether pure or defiled, existent or non-existent, were transformations appearing from within my own mind. Yeah, all the universe he realized inside him. Were honored one, he addressed the Buddha now. Were honored one, because I understand consciousness, only thus the nature of consciousness reveals limitless, thus come ones. Now I have received the prediction that I will be the next to take the Buddha's place. Wow. The Buddha asked about perfect penetration. I was intent upon the contemplation that the 10 directions come only from consciousness, only from your own consciousness. When the conscious mind is perfect and bright, one enters the perfection of the real. One leaves behind reliance on others and attachment to incessant calculating and attains the patience with the non-existence of beings and phenomena. This is the foremost method. Okay, there's a lot of philosophical talk. Just mean he attained enlightenment, okay? Simple, clear. So for him, that is the best method. Cultivate consciousness. Next, Dharma Prince, great strength. Together with 52 bodhisattvas of similar rank, arose from his seat, bowed at the Buddha's feet, and said to the Buddha, I remember when as many as kalpas and okay, good, you have good memory. So, as many aeons ago as there are sands in the Ganges, yes, a Buddha called limitless light appeared in the world. In the same aeon, there were 12 successive thirst come ones. Oh, in the same aeons, not the same time, huh? Aeon, long time. Okay, so the 12 Buddhas have appeared in the world together with this Buddha. Altogether, 13 Buddhas appeared in one aeon. So how many hundreds of thousand years one Buddha come? A lot. Huh? Not like every 1,000 years one Buddha come, huh? Not necessary. Yeah, maybe teacher teaches a method, but not master. It's a different story, okay? Different story. The last of these successive thirst come ones named light surpassing the sun and moon. Wow. So if you see this Buddha, maybe you have to cover yourself because his light is even brighter than the sun. We could hardly look at the sun already. If he's brighter than the sun, what we do? Huh? Go see the Buddha, buy sunglasses. Simple. Still must go see him, okay? Buy sunglasses and shade yourself. Buddha, are you still there? That Buddha taught me the Buddha recitation samadhi. Just like nowadays, the Lotus sect of the Buddhism, the Zen sect of Buddhism, they keep repeating something. Or they repeat the name of Amitabha Buddha, yeah? And that is called Buddha's name recitation. And then you can enter samadhi, supposed to be, like here. Suppose there were a person who always remembers someone else, but someone else he remembers has entirely forgotten about him. If two such people were to meet, even if they were to see each other, they would not take notice. They would not recognize each other. If two people remember each other until the memory of each is deep, then in life after life, they will be together like a form and its shadow. And they will never be at odds with each other. Out of pity for living beings, The thirst come ones of the 10 directions are mindful of them, as a mother remembers her child. If the child runs away, of what use is the mother's regard? But if the child remembers his mother in the same way that the mother remembers the child, then in life after life the mother and child will not be far apart. If living beings remember the Buddha and are mindful of the Buddha, certainly they will see the Buddha now or in the future. They will never be far from the Buddha, and their minds will awaken by themselves without the aids of experience. A person who has been near incense will carry a fragrance on his person. It is the same in this case. It is called an adornment of fragrant light. On the causal ground, I used mindfulness of the Buddha to enter into patience with the non-existence of beings and phenomena. Sometimes in the ancient time they use different expression that we don't. It's difficult to translate. Now in this world I gather, whatever it is enlightened. Okay? Just enlightened. Now in this world I gather in all those who are mindful of the Buddha and bring them back to the Pure Land. The Buddha asks about perfect penetration. I would select none other than gathering in the 6 organs through continuous pure mindfulness to obtain samadhi. This is a foremost method. Whatever it is, you don't want to practice, right? So we don't need to explain. Yeah, just make more crowded your mind. So because he attained enlightenment, he could even take other beings, and help them to go to Pure Land, liberated as well. Not bad. Whatever method that was, he was enlightened enough to take some people with him, some soul, back to the Buddha's land. So he thinks that is the best method. Gathering in the 6 organs through continuous pure mindfulness. Meaning, it's just transfer, all the feeling from any organs in his body and just all concentrate, Instead of paying attention to the heart pumping or the liver pinching or the blood coursing through his body, through his lung or whatever, He just transformed them all into pure one-pointed concentration. Then he attains samadhi and get this power. So for him, transforming, gathering all the organs together into one-pointedness, that is the best method. Then, we're almost at the end now. Quan Yin Bodhisattva, we're at the end now. Yeah, but there's a calendar coming from her power. Yeah, pay attention, Quan Yin Bodhisattva, important VIP here, yeah? And she will tell you the benefit of practicing Quan Yin Method, okay? Not just why, but how she get power and what she can do with that power to help whom, where, how, okay? Right, important, listen. Quan Yin Bodhisattva arose from his seat. Here he's a man. In Asian, mostly when we talk about Quan Yin Bodhisattva, we always imagine as a lady, because when she was known to us, she was a lady. Through some legend, she became Bodhisattva through a female form. And she appeared to most of disciples at that time or after Buddha time in a female form, adorned with dignified dress and a bottle of water and a twig of willow to purify you with the water. Yeah, that's what she known in China and in Vietnam also. But here in India at that time, as a he, so the Quan Yin Bodhisattva arose from his seat, bowed at the Buddha's feet and said to the Buddha, "World honored one, I remember when, as many kalpas as there are sands in the Ganges River." Wow, God, you are good. You passed your exam anytime. There was a Buddha in the world named Contemplating the world's sounds, the sounds of the world. Sounds, many sounds. It was under that Buddha that I brought forth the Bodhi resolve. I mean, she decided she wanted to attain Bodhi, to attain enlightenment, attain Buddhahood. Yeah. Bodhi wisdom. Yeah. That Buddha taught me to enter samadhi through a process of hearing and reflecting. Initially, I entered the flow through hearing and forgot objective states. Since the sense objects and sense organs were quiet, the two characteristics of movement and stillness crystallized and did not arise. After that, gradually advancing, the hearing and what was heard both disappeared. Once the hearing was ended, there was nothing to rely on, and awareness and the objects of awareness became empty. When the emptiness of awareness reached an ultimate perfection, emptiness and what was being empty then also ceased to be. Since production and extinction were gone, still extinction was revealed, still tranquil. Suddenly I transcended the mundane and transcendental worlds, and throughout the 10 directions, a perfect brightness prevailed. I obtained two supreme states. First, I was united above with the fundamental, wonderfully enlightened mind of all the Buddhas of the 10 directions, and I gained a strength of compassion equal to that of all the Buddhas, the thirst come ones. Wow, incredible. Through hearing only. Yeah. Contemplating the world sounds doesn't mean the worldly sounds, yeah? Because in the Diamond Sutra, the Buddha also reminds the practitioners that if you rely on sounds or forms to reach enlightenment, then you will never see Buddha. It means the normal light, the normal sound here, yeah? And the form, meaning maybe you just rely on the Buddha's form, the statues, something like that, or chanting or whatever that make noise, yeah? You won't be able to attain Buddhahood. That's what he meant. In the Diamond Sutra, it's another sutra, very famous Diamond Sutra. Because the Buddha taught Quan Yin Bodhisattva at that time to enter samadhi through a process of hearing and reflecting. If you keep concentrating and hearing the outer sound, there's no way you enter samadhi. If the Buddha tell you continue to hear the sound around you, then it cannot be that he can enter samadhi. And reflecting as well, contemplating on that sound. So that's not the sound that we hear normally. But the Quan Yin Bodhisattva, attained two supreme states, and then he was united with all the Buddhas in the 10 directions and be able to make use of the transference of compassion and the transference of strength, yeah, from all the 10 directions, Buddhas. If you are one with the Master, or the Master of all the 10 directions, of course you share their quality, yeah. Whatever they have, you have, because you become one with the Buddhas, with the Masters. Therefore, she has all the compassion, the strength of compassion equal to that of all the Buddhas. At that time, she became one. She lost herself already. He lost himself, lost the ego self. That was the first power that Quan Yin Bodhisattva gained through the hearing method. The second power he gained. Second, I was united below with all living beings in the 6 paths. and I gain a kind regard for all living beings equally. On the upper, he connected with all the Buddhas and has all their power of compassion. And then on the second power is that he also connected with the lower level, meaning all beings in the 6 paths of existence, namely hell, ghost, vicious animal, asura, human, 6 paths. What is Korea?
天人、
天人、
阿修罗、
阿修罗、
地狱、恶鬼、畜生。
对了 ，miss， you miss one. Okay, never mind. You done well for your age. You're better than me. We're both old, we don't remember. We have to ask younger people. It's translated as heaven, human, asura, hungry ghosts, hell, animals, whatever. We're not interested. We don't want to even remember anything. Okay? These things no good for us. We have no relation. Just get lost. All right. When they say heaven, doesn't mean high heaven. It could be the heaven of the 33, it could be the heaven of the chakra. God, the naughty one, always making trouble for the master and the practitioners. These are also heaven. But we don't even want that kind of heaven. They are short-lived, and they're not worthy of our attention or desire to go there. Mostly when a practitioner begins on his truth-seeking path, these kind of gods from these kind of heaven always come around and try to test them and make it trouble for them because they worry. Therefore, Quan Yin Bodhisattva, because of the Quan Yin practice, she can unite with all the Buddha as well as the suffering beings from the low heaven down to the hell. That's what he said.
Gütige Zuschauer, danke, dass Sie beim heutigen Programm mit dem Titel Das Surangama Sutra 25 Mittel zur Erleuchtung, 4. Sitzung, Teil 3 von 5 inzwischen Meisterin und Schülern dabei waren. Als nächstes kommt
Gebete und Meditationen von Baha'u'llah, Abschnitte 1 bis 7, Teil 1 von 2.
in Worte der Weisheit gleich nach bemerkenswerte Nachricht. Bitte bleiben Sie bei Supreme Master Television für eine positivere Programmierung. Möge das Licht des Glaubens in der göttlichen Gnade in Ihnen hell leuchten. Friendly viewers, thank you for joining us on today's program entitled The Surangama Sutra, 25 Means to Enlightenment, Session 4, Part 3 of 5, on Between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is
Prayers and Meditations by Baha'u'llah, Sections 1 to 7, Part 1 of 2.
on Words of Wisdom, right after noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more positive programming. May the light of faith in the divine grace shine brightly within you.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.